Hey Harvey, I'll respond even though I don't know the answer. Right now, I don't think anybody knows the answer. Well, there's a bunch of different models, mathematical models of the universe being tossed around, all have different takes on the details of the Big Bang, about, the exact types of energy being produced and the shape of the universe and stuff like that. So the Big Bang's really, it's a general idea about counting backwards in time. We can measure the rate of change of the distance between objects, and then just count it back in time, and then you get to a singularity. Raisin bread, you can't do that because a raisin bread exists in normal space, so you can't actually get the raisins. You can get the raisins touching each other, but you can't compress the raisins to the point where all of their mass, all of their particles, like, coexist at the same infinitely small point in space. You can't physically do that. You can theoretically calculate what it would be like, but it's not something that the human brain can wrap its head around, because we exist in this three-dimensional space and one dimension of time type of universe. Our physical model that we work with in our head is at that level, and we're talking about, I think, I read somewhere that the universe is 10-dimensional. And you're like, 10 dimensions? What? Yes, 10 dimensions. 4 of which we can see and experience. That would be 3 dimensions of space and the 1 dimension of time. And then there's apparently 6 other dimensions that you can't picture, but you can represent them mathematically. They exist as some sort of, like, minuscule infinite column thing. It's really, really weird and beyond me. You need a genius mathematician to make heads or tails of it. At any rate, I've heard the universe being described as 10-dimensional, right? So, and the edge of the universe is not like a border like you would expect, like the edge of a pond. Like, here's the universe, oh, there's a wall or something, there's a point at which you can't get past, that's the edge of the universe. It's not like that. If you keep going and you hit the edge of the universe, you won't even realize it, because the space itself is bent, and you'll just end up back. Even though you're traveling in a straight line, you end up heading back the way you were coming. It's it's just one of those things that doesn't make any sense, but you can show that it does make sense on paper, but you can't quite picture it. So I would think that depending on which shape the universe actually has, and if we've got the right math to describe the correct shape of the universe, then yes, you would be able to find where a center would be, if such a point actually makes sense. If space is kind of bent in on itself infinitely, finding a center doesn't quite make sense. I don't think you can define a center in that kind of a 10-dimensional shape. But this is like really, really weird stuff. And I think for a layman like myself and like yourself, I would think that yes, there would be a center to the universe, and that's sufficient for us to get a picture about what the universe is doing. And somebody asked if, like, matter was expanding. No, matter isn't getting less dense. The spaces between objects, even our solar system is not stretching. The gravity of the sun is keeping the solar system the same size, but the distance between our sun and, say, the next closest star, which would be Alpha Centauri, that's getting farther apart. And the farther away you are from an object, so like, say, our sun, our solar system, and the solar system, like on the other opposite end of the galaxy, they're getting further away from each other faster than objects that are closer to each other. Like I showed you on the rubber band, you can actually see, I still have it, right? If I get the black dot really close to this finger and I stretch it out, you can see that this finger got really far really fast, where the stretching here is not so much. The distance here probably, the distance on this side probably only doubled in size, and the distance on this side like multiplied by 4 or something. So you can see that the farther you away from another object you are, the faster you're getting farther away from it. Blah blah blah. Anyway, this is, I hope that helps you to understand exactly what's going on, but it's really weird. And I don't think anyone's come up with, you might have heard things like string theory in this. No one's really come up with a model to put all the pieces together yet, but smart people are working on it right now, and you'll probably hear, like on the Discovery Channel or something, new theories getting proposed here, and new models here, new models there. So no one's got a real accurate picture of exactly what's going on right now, but I think eventually we will. And then we'll develop warp drive and visit the Vulcans and start the Federation of Planets and all that good stuff. So it's not going to happen in my lifetime, but I think eventually we'll get there.